What up, peeps? Welcome back to another episode of our Road to Glory career mode. In the last one, we embarked on our World Cup journey with England, which we ended up getting out of the group stage. I think did we win the group? I'm pretty sure we won the group itself. I'll check that right now. You can see what the draws were for the round of 16. So we did win our group. We topped it. Egypt's coming out in second. In terms of the other groups, Brazil and Ivory Coast, who are our opponents for the first game of today, got out of Group H. Group A was Belgium and Uruguay. Group B was Spain and Colombia. Group C was France and Chile, with Group D being the Argentinians and Netherlands. Group B was Germany, Switzerland. Group F was Cameroon, Italy, and we're back to G. So you saw briefly the draw there, but I'll go through it right now. So Belgium and Colombia have already played. They drew 2-2, with Belgium coming out on top on penalties. And France have beaten the Netherlands by 5-1. They're the only ties to have played thus far in the round of 16. As I said, we pulled Ivory Coast, who are our opponents today. And depending on how many games we actually have, we will see how long the episode is going to be. We have to win our games to progress, because we are in the knockout rounds now, so we'll see. I have just realised, actually, we do have a lot of fitness issues for this one. I'm not sure why all my players are really, really tired. But this could be quite bad, actually, because I was not expecting this. I'm going to have to play people who aren't fit and ready. Why all of a sudden has this been so bad fitness-wise? Let me check the time between the games just to make sure I'm not, missing something here. But when did we play? So we played on the 29th, and now we're playing on the 1st. Literally a day and a half later, or whatever it is, we're taking on it. Brilliant. So, yeah, fitness is going to be a problem. I'm going to have to start people out of their preferred, roles maybe. So James Tarkowski is going to start, which is surprising. And also, Tammy Abraham will have to start. For Calvert-Lewin, probably. So we've got Winks and Rashford, Luke Shaw and Green are the only people to retain their spot for this one. And I've got to say, I'm not feeling 100% confident all of a sudden. I was pretty confident in the team before this, but now I don't actually know, because look at the fitness on Winks. Oh man, what's Chamberlain saying? Possibly put Chamberlain in there. All right, let's start Chamberlain instead. He has a bit more, and we'll run with that team. This could be bad. Boy, oh boy, not what I was thinking was going to start today's episode off with. But let's advance into game regardless. Obviously, I don't want to talk for a stupidly long period of time. We'll check out the Ivory Coast team in game. It's a changed around side, honestly. We'll see how it plays. We're at the Santiago Bernabeu here. I'm not 100% confident now. I was confident going into it when I had my starting 11, what I thought in my head. But the changed around team with people who are yet to play a game in this World Cup, we'll see how it's going to play. Chambo in towards Marcus. He runs the line so well, Marcus Rashford. A lot of pace as well. Rashford towards Kane. Kane's got Abraham over, and that's going to be 1-0 surely. And it is, I believe, still onside. Yep, the linesman hasn't got his flag up. We take the lead in this tie. Tammy Abraham finishes off what was a very nice England move. Harry Kane has to get a credit as well, of course, because he did set the move up by laying it off to him. Is that Dele Alli portrait in the stands there? Interesting. But still, Harry Kane lays it across, and Abraham simply could not miss. If he'd have missed that, some problem. I would have had a problem with him. But he didn't, so we are 1-0 up. And if we keep our nerve now, we're heading to a quarter-final. Hughes, Kane, Rashford, Marcus Rashford trying to turn and get in towards the penalty area, which he's done pretty nicely here. Rashford and his delivery towards the back post, and it's Tammy Abraham with a second. And just like that, England strike yet again. It is that man, Tammy Abraham, with a double here. Maybe I should have been trying to play him a bit more in this, but I'm saying that now. We actually have played well up until this point, so you can't really take too much away from this and say that he should be starting, because we have scored goals. Lovely work from Marcus Rashford, though. He's got to get a lot of the credit for that one. Delivers it on a plate to Tammy Abraham, who for the second time in the game gets a tap in. And we take and double our advantage. I'm fully confident that we are going to definitely go ahead now and head into that quarterfinals. Here come Ivory Coast. Fofana on the ball. This might be their first chance here. Kesse in towards Gambin. He turns me like a mug, and I'm going to try and get the block in. Didn't do it with the side tackle. This is good play from them, actually. And we do rely on Green to actually make a save. I thought he was in for a quiet afternoon, but he is tested there. Lovely work from Ivory Coast to actually set up the chance. Good win back by Chamberlain. I kicked it straight out of play. What a mug. But we need to get out of this pressure and not concede. Because I'll feel a little bit more nervous if we lose a goal here. Eric Bailly backwards towards Kesse. Back towards Bailly. And Luke Shaw does enough. I thought he was going to go down there, but he didn't. And just like that, actually, we're up the other end. Marcus Rashford, there's a pass on over to Tammy Abraham, who's got the ball under control. Abraham for 3. It's 3-0 England. Completely just counter-attacked them. 3-on-3. I don't know what happened to their defensive line, actually. It seemed like they just went walkabouts. And all of a sudden, Rashford was in. And I got to say, mega plaudits for that ball over the cross. Switch of play. What a pass it was from Marcus Rashford. And that is a lovely finish from Tammy Abraham, who gets a hat-trick this competition. Our second player to do it after Harry Kane got one in the earlier game against Australia in the first game of the tournament. And Tammy Abraham makes it 3. Oh, I missed my tackle with Ross Barkley. And now again, Ivory Coast might create a chance this time. What was that footwork from their man? He did so well to create a shooting opportunity. But luckily, again, Green was equal to it. They've had a couple of chances this first half, actually, Ivory Coast. May have got a goal for themselves if it wasn't for Green in goal. But at the half-time whistle, we do lead by 3-0. And unless for a calamity in the second half, we will be moving through to the quarterfinals. Uh-oh, that's a poor clearance from Walker, and he set up his man. And they couldn't take the chance. All things considered, when we look at the team that we've got out there, and we look at the team that I would have liked to have had out there, it's a lot different, but we've been able to get the job done. And that's at least the bonus. Here is Barkley. Feeds Abraham, and all of a sudden we are possibly in for 4 here if we can find the right cross. Abraham towards Rashford. What is wrong with the finishing from crosses today? Abraham did it momentarily. Abraham did it before that, and then now Marcus Rashford's getting in on the act. Not a clue. I don't know what on earth happened to Marcus and his finishing there. As long as it's not happening when we need it to, when we're 1-0 down or something like that, then I won't mind. As long as it's happening when we're 4-0 up, or 3-0 up for that matter, sorry, then I won't be too worried about it. But still, needs to definitely have a better finish than that one. A minute away from this quarterfinal now, as we win that ball back. And any moment now, the referee will bring the game to a close. All right. Anytime, ref. There we are. He's done it. We are through to the quarterfinals. We deservedly got there as well. 3-0 win over our opponents today with, I would call it, an change side, even though we did have 4 players who retain their positions. But you are required to call upon people, I guess, a little bit more as well when you get through the competition. Abraham with a hat-trick. How much of that was actually him, though? I guess we could wait and find out because he'd have 2 tap-ins in there. He's put in case for his name to be possibly in the side, but I guess we'll see who I decide to go with up next because I don't actually know what the draw is going to look like, so we'll have to find out in a minute. So, of course, even though we are here with England, we still got our club things to think about. McDonald's left, Shibola's left, they've joined Leeds United and Aston Villa. Akiba's also left to join West Brom. Kinsella has gone to Watford in a deal that we agreed provisionally with them before he's now gone, and we have that fee. £32 million offer from FC Barcelona for the transfer of Reiss Nelson here, which is a very good offer. Let me have a look at that in further detail. He's worth £25 million currently in this time. Could be quite interesting to possibly maybe sell him. We've got Greg Lee. Birmingham City want him. I'm probably going to let him go just because of the simple fact that I need new fullbacks. But I don't want him to go out on loan. I want to go and actually sell him, so I'm going to transfer list him. In terms of Reiss Nelson, I wasn't planning on selling him. I don't think I will sell him. So for now, I'm going to reject that. I'm probably going to leave a lot of our transfer window stuff until we've got the World Cup over and done with. Just because then I can actually, focus on the World Cup, and then we'll do all the rest of this, all the transfers and that stuff later on when we're not focusing on this. But yeah, so any deals that pretty much come through are most likely going to be rejected unless the player is already transfer listed. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? After winning our first Champions League trophy, we now have £54 million to spend. It feels so nice to have money all of a sudden. We've worked on ridiculously low budgets in this series, having to find bargains and use that money. I tried to limit myself as well with pre-contract signings. Didn't want to use it to make it a really good team, easy. So I limited myself. And oh my goodness, it feels so nice to have £54 million to spend. Yes. So, obviously, just before I do move into that World Cup now, I just want to explain. My plan is to bring in 2 new right backs and then a new backup left back. So I'm most likely going to go and look at a few of those guys just to see how they are all looking. So I'm going to actually do a thing here. So I'm pretty sure if we get rid of all of these for now and actually create a new instruction, that'll be good. So the draw is here then, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Belgium have pulled France, we have pulled Italy, Spain will take on Argentina, and this actually Switzerland got through, but they did actually, yeah, fair enough. Switzerland will take on Brazil. So from here on out, it's the major nations taking each other on, barring maybe Switzerland. They're the only one that maybe is a bit of a surprise there. But all things considered, it is only going to get harder from here. As I said, I don't want to focus on any transfers, so the more messages I get, I'll just do off camera. I'll pretty much reject every offer, and if there is one that I accept, I'll show you it on camera. So then, here we go. We are about to go into game against Italy for the quarterfinals. I'll show you the team that we are going to play in just a moment. I also have named Eric Dyer as our captain for this one. I felt like that was the most, kind of easier option to go with. I could have gone with Kane, possibly alongside that as well. Maybe one day we'll see Green captain his country, but for now I went with Eric Dyer. That's the side we've got. So back to our strongest lineup, I would say. Sterling starts at right wing. You may or may not know, because you might have not seen last episode, but Sterling didn't have a great few games. He wasn't playing very well, so I dropped him from the side. We brought in Calvert-Lewin, and he seemed to do the business. But given the fact that, we look at Calvert-Lewin and say he's at Crewe, he's one of my players, maybe that's why he's in the side at England here. He justified being here by scoring those goals, but I'm hoping the big occasion can bring out the best in Raheem Sterling. So that's why I've gone with him today. If he's having a poor game, I do have Calvert-Lewin on the bench to call upon. We can use that as well. We've also got a few other, good players on the bench. Brereton. I think we've got Hughes on the bench there as well. Possibly Ross Barkley. So we've got the players we need to call upon if we have to. But right now, that's the starting 11 I've gone with. I'm waiting to see how the Italians are going to line up. And there is their team. So Donnarumma starts in goal. Guessing it's a back three. It is a back three. Romagnoli, Caldara and Rugani. Midfield 5, El Shaarawy's still in there. Bernardeschi, Verratti, Belotti and Zaza up front. I think on paper, in terms of man for man, we actually have the better team. But let's see if we can translate that into an actual victory. As the quarterfinals of the World Cup are underway. Nearly said the Champions League there. The quarterfinals of the World Cup are underway, and we will see who will make it through to that semi-finals. This is where England traditionally always fall, in the quarters. Having said that though, recent years, we can't even make it there anymore. Stones towards Dele Alli. Ali goes in towards Winks, who gives it back. Little 1-2. Good stuff from us so far. Sterling looking to, I guess, explain why he's included. Trying to get something going. Chamberlain towards Rashford. This is good play. Marcus Rashford just lays it off pretty nicely towards Dele Alli. Looks for Raheem Sterling. It's actually Chamberlain, sorry, not Sterling. And he goes a long way. Oxlade-Chamberlain dinks it as well. There is Rashford. And it's goal number 1 of the game. England 1, Italy 0. From out of nowhere, we create a chance, and we take it as well. Good work, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Just hoists it up towards the back post and says, there you go. Marcus Rashford pounces. Oh, Donnarumma, could he have done better with that one? That's going to be the question. When the people look at it after this game and the analysts take a look at this, they're going to say, could Donnarumma have done more? I don't think he could have done. He made himself nice and big and tried to keep the ball out. It hit him and still win anyways, and we have taken the 1-goal lead. Italy now with this 3 at the back formation. At least it works out because they'll have more going forward than they will defensively. And as you know, me traditionally against 3 at the backs, I either do really well and beat them quite comfortably, or it's such a tight, close game, as you saw previously at the San Siro in the Champions League. But nevertheless, we have the breakthrough, and it's taken 15 minutes. Winks towards Sterling. Back to Harry Winks, in towards Rashford. Rashford towards Kane. Lovely one-touch stuff this far from England. Rashford's in for 2. What an important block that could be. Never mind. It fell straight back to Rashford, and he doubles our advantage. Lovely stuff from England, though, creating the opportunity in the first place. One-touch passing. The Italians can't get near us. I hope, sincerely, that we play this way in real life. But nevertheless, we had 2-0 up, and it's been pretty easy in the first kind of few minutes here. Having said that, I haven't had to defend a whole lot, so we'll see what happens when I'm finally called upon to defend, because I'm not that great at that. Bernardeschi into a good area. This might be an Italian equaliser, it is. I said equaliser, I meant goal back. It's not an equaliser because we did have a second. Oh, I said the first time I'd be called upon to defend, and I wasn't able to do it. That's my weak point. I always say it. I can't defend for some reason. I missed my tackle there, and in the end, they get through far too easily. I tried to track the runner, and Zaza taps home. And it is Italia 1, England 2. So at the break, we will go in by a single goal up, 2-1. But that goal could change the entire dynamic. Again, though, one shot, one goal from the Italians. Just showcases my poor defending. Chamberlain, Sterling, lovely play. I'm trying to be quick and fluid with these one-touch passes here if I can be. Chamberlain back towards Kane, Kane towards Sterling. Sterling sees the man at back, can't use him. Donnarumma does very, very well. Chamberlain doesn't get on the rebound, but we'll pick it up nonetheless. And the strike is blocked. There was Marcus Rashford open at the back post there. I saw him, just couldn't find him with a cross because Donnarumma did very well. The delivery in towards Eric Dyer should be cleared away by the Italians. It is. But we will pick it back up with Winks heading that one towards Dele Alli. Ali to Sterling. Sterling, edge of the area, looking to try and get inside, and they defend it well. All right, it's whipped in. Please, someone get on the end of that. It's not won by us, it's Regani. Let off for England. Not good defending again, though. That quite easily could have been 2-2. And all that hard work that we put in that first half could crumble because I don't seem to be having the same game we did in the earlier part of that first half. Need to wake up. Chamberlain to Sterling. A little bit too much space for Raheem Sterling. And he finds Kane. And Donnarumma can't make the save. Italy 1, England 3. A very similar goal to the first one in the aspect that Donnarumma has got a touch to this. But again, he's not powerful enough to keep the strike out. And it is England's number 10 who makes it 3 and gets back our 2-goal advantage we had previously. That's calmed the nerves slightly as well because, as I said, I wasn't playing too well in this second half. Hadn't had the much control that we were getting earlier on. But can't say a lot about that other than that it was nicely crafted. Again, though, the critics will say Donnarumma could have done a lot better with this. Here is Rashford looking for Raheem Sterling. Sterling goes backwards towards Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, he rattles the crossbar. What an effort from the young man. Well, not so young anymore because we are in 2022 all of a sudden, but that was a sensational strike, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Kane holds off his man. How has he not finished that, Harry Kane? Harry Kane. Oh, man, I thought that was going to be 4. Sterling, give it away. What am I doing? Not good. We got 10 minutes to hold on. They might catch us on the counter all of a sudden. Hang on a moment. Belotti. Bit of defending to do for us now. That's not defended well at all. Come on, boys. Don't concede. All right, there we go. Wait, he's given that free kick. All right, well, more defending to do. All right, here we go. Green throws it to Alexander-Arnold, and he's got acres of space to stretch his legs into. And the fullback has gone a long way so far. And he still continues going forward. Alexander-Arnold got a man over on this left-hand side. If he can use him, chooses to use Rashford instead. It's going to come out, and Sterling takes a touch before smashing it back straight at Donnarumma. I don't know how we're not 4-1 up there. That pass actually wasn't meant for Rashford. From Alexander-Arnold, that one's close as well. Winks again from distance. Pellegrini saves it. Oh, sorry, blocks it. Here is Ali looking for the delivery. That's a great ball. Donnarumma read it very, very well, though. And with a minute left of this game, it surely is heading to a semi-final. But we could be heading there with a much better goal, ratio than we've got here currently. Here's Kane. Tried to feed Sterling. It's going to be sent out. Surely, ref, that's the end of the game. Any moment now. Hello. This is a long 3 minutes, ref. Come on, man. End the game off. There we go. So, 3-1 win. Comfortable 3-1 win in the end. There was moments of that, though, I didn't defend very well. And, of course, if you want to win this competition, you have to defend well. England fans are going to love life because they're through to a semi-final, which is something we're not used to seeing here at England. And as it stands, I'd say we're probably the most in form in the competition. 15 shots. 10 on target. What is that? Donnarumma only played to a 6.8 as well. Madness. And so we move forward. Belgium are our opponents next. They beat France by 1-0. Switzerland beating Brazil on penalties means that they meet Spain in the semi-final, in the other one, that is. So at the end of this game here, we will know who is going to make the World Cup final in 2022 and who may come out as crowned winners. So this will be the final game of the episode regardless, even if it's a win or a loss, because if we win it, of course, we'll play the World Cup as its own individual episode next time out. If we lose it, it means we're out at the final hurdle pretty much. So I want to go through it as best I can. I'm going to move Loftus-Cheek onto the bench here instead of Will Hughes. Considering maybe moving Abraham on there as well. I think I'm going to leave it for now. I think I'm honestly going to play the same team that just beat the Italians 3-1. Because we played well in that game as well. We were in control. So I feel like changing it might upset the balance. So let's go with the same team. For the final game of today's episode, can we beat Belgium, who many consider to be the potential winners of the international competitions over the next few years? They're favourites, or one of the favourites for this upcoming World Cup in real life in Russia. And I'm sure they'll be favourites pretty much in 2022 because they'll have a lot of good players then as well. But back at the Santiago Bernabeu for the third time today. I don't know why they're all played at Real Madrid's ground. I'm not quite sure. But hey, listen, doesn't matter. As long as we get through it into the final, I won't care. Alright, so I accidentally skipped through it, so I didn't see the Belgium team. So I'm going to show you it now. It's a 3 at the back. Courtois in goal, Alderweireld, Denayer, Januzaj, De Bruyne, then Donker, or De Bruyne. I say it two ways. I don't know why I keep saying it two ways. Eden Hazard, Carrasco, Origi, and Lukaku up front. We played against Courtois earlier on in this series when we played against Chelsea in the FA Cup final, and he had a stormer in that game. It was unbelievably difficult to try and beat him in goal. I'm hoping he doesn't have the same game here today. But without further ado, it's the semi-finals of the World Cup. The place in the final at stake. Who's going to take it? Towards Alexander-Arnold. Dele Alli in towards Chamberlain. He's got a man over in Luke Shaw. Used him as well. Can we get something going from this attack? Shaw towards Harry Kane, who tries to turn and doesn't actually do any much with it, but he gets the ball back here. Harry Kane. Kane in towards the box. The shot comes in. Sterling just about gets it as well. And his shot is beat away by Courtois. Rashford. Courtois makes the double save. I said he was incredibly difficult to beat when we played Chelsea, and he's just pulled off what could be a massive double save in this semi-final. This guy is sensational. I've got no words for Thibaut Courtois. None at all. Whipped in towards Harry Kane, and it's headed away. When you miss chances like that, it can put a damper on things. We're only 17 minutes into this semi-final, but already Courtois making a massive case to be man of the match. Here's Origi. He's up a long way. We're going to need to defend this. Divock Origi towards Lukaku. Lukaku in towards Carrasco. Spins. Carrasco! Inches away from a Belgian opener. Not great from England again. They're allowing a little bit too much time and space in their penalty area there for Carrasco. He created the chance nicely, though. I've got to give him credit where it's due. He did actually create it very nicely. Kane towards Rashford. Looking for an instant reply for ourselves to try and get something going up the other end. Here is Raheem Sterling towards the penalty area. Brushed off without any strength at all by Adnan Januzaj, and that's why I preferred Calvert-Lewin as of late in the competition, just to give us that extra bit of physicality out on that side. As it stands in the opening 30 minutes, we've gone blow for blow with Belgium. Very close to both sides taking the lead. Here we go. This might be the chance. Raheem Sterling up a long way. Raheem Sterling for 1-0. Courtois there. Rashford's there on the rebound. No way has he done it again. Courtois for the second time in the game pulls off yet another incredible double save. That man is truly brilliant. I am stunned. Stunned. Getting me into half-time because at this rate, I can't believe we're not leading. Sterling, great turn. Raheem Sterling in towards the penalty area. Sterling to keep his nerve and composure. Yes, he does. We have the breakthrough. My goodness me. I am speechless. How on earth Courtois has done that double save for the second time, and this one is even better? I have no idea. I mean, it's irrelevant now because Sterling's done very well to put us in front there, and that's that dribbling animation of Raheem Sterling. It comes in clutch, but oh man. Courtois, what a save. What a double save again. Oh, he was so difficult to beat him when we played against Chelsea that time that I saw Belgium and I was like, if he's in the team, might be screwed, but luckily we have beaten him. If you remember, Belgium's one and only chance of this first half was squandered by Carrasco. We might have a chance for a second here. If Luke Shaw can find the right cross, he can do. And Harry Kane makes it too. Yes! Just like that, the tyres completely swung. And we are now surely, if I can keep my nerve and actually defend in the second half, heading through to a World Cup final. Lovely play from Luke Shaw, and he sets up Harry Kane. Couldn't miss from there, could he? Simple task when he gets in there. And Belgium, unfortunately to them, I think their weakest point is probably their defence. And that's like, you know, looking at it and just saying, well, going forward, they're a threat, which is why I don't think I'm going to be able to keep them quiet for the entire second half. But in defence, they are a little bit weak, Belgium. And that's their downfall, I guess. That's poor from them, but given away. But still, we're not at the half-time whistle yet. And we did concede against Italy right on the half-time whistle. Cross comes in. It's one in the air, but Lukaku! Oh, my goodness. There's absolutely nothing I can do against that. Oh, my goodness. A game through of truly sensational moments. Courtois had a number of them up the other end, but then Lukaku. There's nothing that can be said against this other than that is brilliant. A right-footed first-time volley from the drop-down. And it's 2-1. Very similar situation to what we were in against Italy. We were dominating that first half as well until we conceded. And then we started off the second half not brilliantly against them. I said we needed to get into the break, but we just couldn't get there. And as the whistle goes, we find ourselves in the exact same position that we were in the quarterfinals against Italy. Except this time, it's an even better goal from Romelu Lukaku. I wonder what every England fan, if this was, you know, the real-life situation, would be thinking. On the verge of a World Cup final, all they need to do is defend in this second half to get there. That's poor from Chamberlain, given away as Kevin De Bruyne goes away with that, but Chamberlain wins it back and then gives it straight back to Divock Origi. Did the good work twice there, Chamberlain. I can't clear the ball. I don't know why Harry Winks is taking a touch there, because I actually clicked for him to just clear that as soon as he got the ball. Lukaku hits the post. Again, nearly from my own mistake. What's going on? Actually clear this ball, boys. Don't mess about with it there. Those passes didn't go to the players I wanted them to either. Sterling, Harry Kane. Oh, come on, Harry. Got to be a lot better with your touch there. Uh-oh, Origi's in. Why did he go backwards? I mean, hang on a second. It doesn't matter because they've hit the post again. I don't know why he went backwards because I thought Origi might have just took the shot on. He was kind of through on goal, so I'm a bit surprised he did choose to go backwards. But nevertheless, they end up hitting the woodwork, and again, it was close. They have been mightily on top here in the earlier part of this second half here, Belgium. We need to get going because if we don't, we might struggle and might concede even further. Kane looking for Rashford over the top. Marcus Rashford, it will not drop for him. And we are really struggling all of a sudden to keep them quiet. Rashford, Kane. Kane's got a run from Sterling over on the right-hand side. Can he use him? Yes, he can. Raheem Sterling, strike as well. And there goes Courtois with another big save. He has had a massive say in this tie, but Rashford to Sterling. Sterling, it's 3-1. Just like that, we are back in front by 2. He has had a massive say as Courtois, but not quite enough there as we do get the goal. It's Kane winning it back. It's got to get cleared from Belgium, and that's why I concede a lot of my goals personally as well, because I don't clear my lines, and I've got to learn to do it better. But there is Raheem Sterling with the finish, making it 3-1 to us. And England now should be heading through to a World Cup final. That change has just gone through. So we do have Calvert-Lewin on up front and also Loftus-Cheek on at CDM. I'm hoping with the 2 extra, bodies in CDM, that will help us close out this game. Injury time now in this game, and the referee will end it surely off in a moment. And that will be us heading to that World Cup final. Dele Alli will feed Rashford. Have we got time for a fourth, actually? Let's have a look. Rashford, Ali. At this point, Belgium has sent a lot of players up. Calvert-Lewin sees Sterling. Sterling. Oh, I don't know why. I thought Courtois was going to come out. It's irrelevant, though, because England make the World Cup final. Don't want to celebrate too early because we still have to play it yet. But as it stands, I'm feeling very confident moving into it. Of course, that'll be how we end the episode today, though, because I do want that to be its own individual episode. Lukaku's incredible strike, not enough to carry Belgium forward. And Raheem Sterling played very, very well during that one indeed. Picking up 2 goals for himself, and we were the better team. Belgium did make it very nervous for me, though. So, who are we going to meet in that World Cup final? That's the question. Spain or Switzerland? I'll advance the days. We'll check that out in a moment, and then I'll end the episode off there. And if you have any suggestions for players you want to see join us here at Crew for this next season, then leave them in the comments down below. I'll be very intrigued to see what you guys are going to tell me to do. But nevertheless, semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup has been done. Barca Villa are wanted by Sociedad. As I said, I'm not interested in selling everybody at this point, so we'll just go ahead and reject that. That's actually an incredible offer, actually, from Sociedad. £40 million. I'm going to actually negotiate this because I've got a feeling, play our cards right, Sociedad might pay us the big bucks for Barca Villa here. And honestly, although he's pretty decent, I think we could use the money elsewhere. 65 is what I'm going to ask for. And just like that, if that deal goes through, that's an extra £65 million we have in the kitty. What? Transfer offer for Alex Pritchard. He is transfer listed, so I am going to go ahead and accept this. I just want to try and get a couple more million out of Bournemouth to see if we can do it. and then hopefully he will leave the club. That was always my plan with Alex Pritchard. Bring him in for free, use him for a season, let him go the next season. And that was how I was going to do this. So I'm going to ask for 10 here because I feel like that's still a bit low. 10.4. Yeah, there we go. So they're accepting of that. Still waiting to see if that Barca Villa transfer goes through. 65 million for an 81 rated player. It's insanity from Sociedad that they're willing to pay that. And I can confirm that it will be Spain in the World Cup final. We have been able to match up against them. I will obviously play that next episode, and hopefully we'll see ourselves win that next episode with the World Cup final on its way. But ladies and gentlemen, that is how we will end today's episode off. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As I say always, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you so much as well for 23,000 subscribers, because we may have hit that as this video goes live. So thank you all for that as well. If you are new around here and like what you see, subscribe button is down below. Alongside that is a notification bell, so you can click that and never miss an upload on the channel. But ladies and gentlemen, £54 million to spend. Looking for some suggestions from all of you out there. We might have an extra 65 million as well coming in for the transfer of Barca Villa. It's going to be fun next episode getting in this transfer window. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. Catch you all for that very, very soon. Adios.